Coming up, world-renowned designer Bruce Mao talks about redesigning the trade show experience, plus new trends, research, and what to expect in the coming year right now on CEIR TV. Hi everybody, I'm Carrie Farnack with CNTV. We're at CEIR Predict in Chicago, and this is CEIR TV, brought to you by the Orlando Orange County Convention Center and Visit Orlando.
It's great to see all of you here, and thank you for making the time to be here with us.
CEIR Predict 2015 lived up to its name. Top show organizers examined future economic and experiential trends in the exhibitions and events industry.
We have designed this year's program to be very interactive.
The latest CEIR Index revealed the first 2 quarters of 2015 have been some of the strongest since 2011, even exceeding GDP performance.
We typically trail GDP, and all 14 sectors were above the line. Where the last 2 indexes that I saw, we had sometimes 2 or 3 sectors that trailed, but all of them showed some level of positive, comparatively positive.
CEIR President and CEO Brian Casey explained the improved growth signals good times ahead, especially for the consumer sector, which is expected to benefit from improved employment figures and the housing rebound. CEIR research also shows there will be better growth overall in the CEIR Index, averaging about 4%. Business investments with more capital expenditures will continue to expand. And although education and government sectors made big jumps in 2015, the outlook remains cautious moving forward.
We have the comparative data and now the ability to at least have predictive modeling to anticipate what direction our industry is moving, whether it's going to perform well or whether it's going to decline.
It seems for the foreseeable future, the industry is going to continue its pattern. 2016 and 2017 are expected to see a 2 to 3% growth average for the overall exhibition industry. While there is positive news, there are also signs of bumps in the road. Finance professor at the University of Chicago, Dr. Amir Sufi, says even though overall economic outlook for the U.S. is headed in the right direction, we must take a closer look at what the numbers mean, especially as it refers to income equality. Dr. Sufi says the top 20% of consumers are behaving very differently from the bottom 80%.
If you're targeting that high end, it looks pretty strong, but if you're targeting the middle or lower class American, then it's been a bad run, and I think that's something I keep my eye on, is what's going on in income growth and credit availability for that lower to middle part of the income distribution.
Another major economic element right now is the global economy.
The exhibition industry, it's different things, different, like selling construction goods that may ultimately depend on demand from China or demand from other places in the world, and there could be a direct effect. But that's right, that even if your market is solely in the U.S., we have to think a little bit about exactly the linkages between the global economy and the U.S. economy when thinking about selling domestically.
Presenters here at this year's CEIR Predict really encouraged all of us to be disruptors and to design massive change.
The trade show as an industry is a design opportunity. So we can think about it as something that we can actually design and manage and produce the outcomes that we want to have. Rather than waiting for it to happen to us, we can produce it.
Renowned designer Bruce Mao talked to Predict attendees about how design impacts the live experience. Having worked on incredible projects, including the design of Mecca, Mao reminded attendees that we are in the business of memories, not just booths.
Well, if you think about our industry as a medium, as an extraordinary medium of immersion, that we can actually put you inside of our idea. We can put a person inside of a brand. So their experience is on all 5 senses at maximum exposure.
The ultimate design challenge is to create an experience that people don't want to miss, a challenge that resonated with many of the attendees.
It's like I'm taking all these copious notes about, we need to be creating this in our exhibit booth, and each time we do a site tour I need to be, incorporating the 5 senses, having smell and food and, experiences right there at the door when they walk into the trade show.
A message echoed by Freeman's VP of Strategy, Mark Pomerleau.
What the crowd wants to do is they want to be unleashed. They want to be able to have their voice heard, they want to be able to share, and they want to be able to participate.
Pomerleau says the more dependent we become on technology and devices, the more important face-to-face interaction becomes.
It's not a question of passively watching a television and watching a video and a presentation, but when you actually are able to express yourself and to contribute to the creative process virtually, that's very, very powerful.
Whether it's learning about best practices or connecting with peers, CEIR Predict attendees agree one of the most valuable pieces of information they leave with is the knowledge of what's to come.
I think the data is really important. I like the big ideas. I like thinking outside of just our industry and then bring it back to our industry.
The information that I get from like the CEIR Index and the individual reports really helps me shape fundamental things like my budget, my marketing plans, my marketing strategies, which market segments I may spend more marketing dollars in because they're trending up versus trending down, in the world economy. Those I think are just the fundamentals of how I use it on a daily basis.
Well, you have the opportunity to be prepared for it as it comes. It is important that we don't stick our head in the sand and pretend it's not going to come. It just means that we have to continue to make sure that we are providing an ever better ROI to our customers.
The information sharing doesn't end here at CEIR Predict. CEIR houses the world's largest exhibition-related research studies. So be sure to check out their latest studies at CEIR.org. This has been CEIR TV, brought to you by the Orlando Orange County Convention Center and Visit Orlando. I'm Carrie Farnack with CNTV.